When I was a kid making this and this and this, it was so exciting. I drew butterflies for days, pages and pages of butterflies. And they looked like blobs, and they were not very good. Does it even matter? I had so much fun making them. Why can't art still be like that? Just making things because it's fun. Somewhere along the way, playtime has gotten less and less frequent for ourselves. As adults, we get busy, we chase productivity, and we forget how good it felt to just play. Do something because it's fun. I'm busy with my family. I have responsibilities that I have to take care of. But why does that have to be the end of creative time for adults? Because remember how good it felt to get that 64 pack of Crayola markers and like a big stack of construction paper? Because you could just see endless possibilities and hours of fun. And even as I look at the things that I made with those materials, construction paper, markers, crayons, it's not very good, but what I remember is how that felt. It felt so fun and pure, and I didn't really care about anything else in those moments. There was that feeling of discovery and creativity and just absolutely pure joy. But why can't it be that way anymore? I wish I could go back to my younger self and capture that feeling again. This was pre-social media, pre-AI, and now I think we're a little bit guilty of getting stuck in that comparison loop, seeing amazing art from creators on YouTube and Instagram every day. And if you're telling yourself, I wish I could create like those amazing artists, what if you stopped looking at their art for inspiration and started looking to your own from 10, 20, 30 or more years ago? So today, oh geez, you again? Yeah, I just got back. I have so much to tell you. Do you remember the 90s? Yeah, I was basically just talking about that. Okay, but do you remember when you would draw a picture of your mom with like Mr. Sketch smelly markers and she would love it even if it wasn't very good? Yeah, of course, I was just saying that. You drew like 1,000 butterflies just because it made you happy? Yeah, I was literally just saying that. There's a place where that idea still exists as a reality. I've been there. Where is it? It's right here. Right now? Yeah. Well, yeah, I know that too, but wait. How do you know that? I'm talking about doing art for fun digitally. It's on this thing called an iPad. What? So you know Dad's Power Macintosh 5200? It's made by the same people, but now it's like handheld and you can take it anywhere and you can make really cool art on it. Whoa, what? I was just talking about this big 4-color pen. It's got 4 colors on it. It's pretty wild. You just don't try to push them all down at once because it doesn't really work. That's cool too. But on the iPad, you can recreate any art style anywhere, anytime, digitally. And I mean, you can do it in way more than just 4 colors. I mean, just you wait. This thing's gonna change your life. I mean, that's pretty rad. Was there anything else you were about to say? No, that was all I really had. Oh, okay. I'm just gonna keep talking to my friends. Okay. See ya. Okay. You don't have to wait until you come up with some profound idea or this amazingly effortless artistic ability. Sometimes the most meaningful ideas are ones you already had. Like literally, I went digging through my old kindergarten art. Today I'm going to take one of those drawings, one of my little masterpieces from 1992, not to fix it, but to celebrate it and to honor that little idea that I had. Because the kid who drew with smelly markers and gave everyone flat hair, she wasn't worried about being good enough. She was just making stuff. And honestly, I want that energy back. I love that I just drew what I saw, and I'm still like that today. I love the simplicity of real life things and then combining that with imaginative concepts. I did not realize that I am creatively the exact same person I was 33 years ago. Kind of blew my mind. But now I want to take a drawing I made on October 5th, 1992. This is when I was still 4 years old because I had a late birthday and I got to go to kindergarten early. It's a simple prompt. Once there was a little girl and she found 2 butterflies. That's it. That was the whole prompt. No epic journey, no plot twists, just butterflies and a girl. And honestly, I kind of love that. So this is basically how I'm going to reinterpret my illustration. If you have your kindergarten art or art from 10, 20, 30, however many years ago, this is how you can look at that art and reinterpret it. But what I'm looking for is the colors that I used, a little bit of how I composed it. It's just a cute drawing on a white background, and I want to maintain that as well. So I'm going to identify the hero of my image and then the details of my image. And of course, the hero of my image, or the main part of my image, is this girl. And then she's got her two little butterflies. And I'm gonna take a lot of inspiration from the colors that I used. So I'm gonna make sure I put her in a purple dress. I'm gonna give her brown hair. I'm gonna make sure I have a yellow and red butterfly. There's probably other things that I could take too, but those are the main things that I'm gonna focus on. I have a really great video on how to make cute characters in Procreate, from sketching them out and composing their bodies and their anatomy. And I'm gonna link that here for you, but I'm gonna show you really quickly how I would take this character that I drew 30 however many years ago and reinterpret it in my style. Just using the Narender pencil and black and sketching it out. I kind of want to just start with a head. So I will just kind of sketch how I want the head. I'm gonna put her face at like a 3/4 view. And I want her looking up. I divide her face in half vertically and horizontally, and I kind of curve this horizontal line up so that I can make it so that her face is looking up. And this little center cross section here, right here, is where her nose would be, and so it's pointing up. And that makes it really easy to draw a little face and put everything in the correct proportion. And to draw the body, I want her upper body to be smaller than her lower body. And so I'm just gonna draw two little circles, and I'm going to connect. So it makes this shape here, and it gives the shape of her dress. And on this original image, she's got this little heart shape, and I want to make her dress as a heart. Adding some fluidity to her dress and marking where I want her legs, just kind of in line with her body. That's where her legs would go. And then when it comes to hair, I used to draw it just flat to her head. So now I'm gonna make sure that it pops off her head and is very pretty and flowy and not just flat. And I'm not gonna reinvent the wheel really with it when it comes to the butterflies. I will just draw some cute butterflies over here. I'll try and make one bigger and one smaller, and not worry too much about it. So that's kind of a rough draft of how I'm going to redraw this and how I am taking inspiration from my original illustration. But I just wanted to give you a basic idea of what to look for and how to reinterpret an illustration that you may have made a long time ago. So as I'm redrawing it now, I'm keeping that same spirit, simple, sweet, and imaginative, but I'm updating the style to feel like me now. My drawing style, the way I compose my illustrations, how I draw anatomy, the way I like to add texture and depth, it's still soft and playful, but with a bit more polish. I'm not fixing the old drawing, I'm just reinterpreting it through a new lens. It's like a collaboration with my past self. And back then I was using Mr. Sketch markers, which, side note, I can't even find them in stores anymore where I live at least. But today I'm using Procreate, and I love that it fits my life now. I can draw curled up on the couch, or while my kids watch cartoons. I can have fun making art anywhere. And I share tons of tutorials and different fun projects that you can try on Procreate, so check those out on my channel as well. There's no cleanup, no waiting for something to dry, and yeah, there's no grape-scented ink that smelled kind of medicinal, but that's a trade-off I'll take. Digital art doesn't take away the joy of creating, it just gives me a new way to hold on to it. This illustration is probably not going to go viral. It's not going to wow anybody with skill or technique, but it connects two versions of me. Me now, who I have to deal with every single day, and the person that I wish that I could have held on to a little bit longer. The person that just had joy in creating. And that's enough. Honestly, that's more than enough. Because it's never a waste of time to play. You don't always have to be productive. Sometimes you can just do something creative because it's fun and it's healing, and that's always time well spent. And when was the last time you did something that was fun and creative without fear of judgment and without the fear of not being good enough? Let me know in the comments, because I would love to hear about your experience with this as well. So let's have fun making art again. Go ahead and click on this video, and I'm going to show you how to make some simple and fun 3D art. So tap on that one and I will see you there.